Noah hails from the faraway land of Calgary, Alberta. He's an avid swimmer, he's an entrepreneur, and he's a community member. His talk is about the importance of soft skills and the future of youth employment, so let's give a huge round of applause to Noah Karmali, everybody.
I vividly remember sitting in the car when I was 11 years old and I had to make a phone call. Simple, right? We make phone calls every day. See, one of my biggest fears growing up was communicating with others. Not my friends, but people who I'd never met before. I had never met this person, so I was absolutely terrified. My first thought was to pass it over to my mother, to completely avoid the whole situation entirely. But she said no. And I continued to plead and plead with her, and it eventually got to the point where she said we wouldn't leave until I made the call. After about 25 minutes, I made the call and it went fine. Nothing to worry about. And I wondered why I felt so scared about it in the first place. I think the answer lies in our education system. Currently, schools, both universities and high schools, have adapted a content-focused system, teaching skills like mathematics, chemistry, biology, and other technical and specific skills. But that's just it. These systems focus on specific skills that apply only to specific jobs. However, youth need to learn transferable soft skills to ensure success in the future. So what are soft skills? Well, I like to think of them as LIT skills, which stand for life, interpersonal, and transferable skills. They're general skills that allow us to communicate and work well with each other. Skills such as communication, problem solving, critical thinking, persuasion, empathy, leadership, and teamwork. In our personal lives, they help us empathize with each other, make informed judgments and decisions in an ethical manner, and advocate for issues that we're passionate about. In the corporate world, they help us work in and lead teams, problem solve, and communicate with clients or with peers. In 2018, RBC published the projected skills demand list, where they looked at the top skills that are most in demand for all jobs. And of the top 15 skills, 13 of them are soft skills. Interestingly, mathematics is placed 19th, yet most schools place more emphasis on mathematics than they do public speaking, which is ranked second. Soft skills are timeless. Jobs, however, are not. We live in an age where AI and technology are developing like never before. And with it, millions of new jobs are being created. But at the same time, jobs that existed 200 years ago are very different than they are today, just as they will be 20, 30, even 40 years from now. Have any of you ever heard of Frederick Tudor? Probably not. But he was an entrepreneur who in 1806 decided to cut giant ice blocks out of ponds, cover them with sawdust, and then transport them to warmer parts of the world so people who have never even seen ice before can have a nice cold drink. This business made him one of the richest Americans of his time, known as the Ice King. It sounds absolutely ridiculous to us today, because if I want some ice in my soda, I simply walk to the fridge and press the dispenser. But I think this is the perfect example of how jobs can be changed due to technological developments. Over 25% of jobs will be changed by technology in the coming years. Now, I'm not here to scare you. In fact, I think technological developments are a really good thing. Heck, we got TikTok now. 40 years ago, when the laptop was invented, everyone was really scared about jobs, but millions of new jobs were created, such as content creators and social media managers, app developers, online virtual coaches and tutors, and Bill Gates founding Microsoft. We live in a world where AI and technology are developing like never before, and with it, millions of new jobs will be created, and this is why universal soft skills are so important. Tudor used the same soft skills of communication and problem solving when his ice kept melting en route to the Caribbean, just as Bill Gates did when he founded Microsoft. So how do we build these soft skills? Well, I have good news. We can learn them, and I like to think of them as muscles. Just like muscles, soft skills take time to build. Start small by talking to someone new, someone you've never met before, and practice using these soft skills. And most importantly, start young. We learn best when we're younger, so it's extremely important to gain exposure and learn about these soft skills as early as possible, especially for youth. The way I learned about soft skills was through entrepreneurship. When I was 12, my younger sister and I decided we wanted to make a little bit of money. So we started a lawn mowing business. However, you might remember I was absolutely terrified of communicating with others, let alone asking adults who were 3 times my age to hire us. So, to overcome this fear, my parents had us write a script introducing ourselves, our business, and our prices, and why they should hire us. And then afterwards, they dragged me out of the house, made me go door to door, giving this script over and over until I rang the doorbell of almost every house in the community. And I was absolutely terrified. But the more doorbells I rang, the more comfortable I became in communicating with others. Entrepreneurship is one of the best ways to develop soft skills, be it communication, problem solving, or even emotional intelligence or empathy. Furthermore, with new education systems that incorporate more space, time, and resources, curriculums can be developed around building soft skills. Because without them, youth will not be prepared to tackle the challenges of tomorrow. So talk to someone on the bus, someone you've never met before. Talk to someone in your community and challenge yourself by stepping outside your comfort zone. Become an entrepreneur, or even just pick up the phone and make that simple phone call. Thank you.